What is up, locker heads? We are here with the much awaited, much requested video. It's the most common question when we do live streams. It's what's the most money you've ever found in a locker? I would say it's the second most asked. The first most asked question is what's the most expensive item you found in a locker? Before we start with the official list of items found on this channel, I do want to give two special mentions to lockers we found before we started filming. And one of them was one we bought in a Stop and Store where we actually used to be based out of, where we had like a facility of our own, like a locker of our own. We bought a locker for like $200 and it had a $50 bill hidden inside of the bottom of a lamp. And when we picked up the lamp, the 50 fell out. And then the next one was one we bought actually in New Jersey. It was one of the, I think, only 2 times we've ever left New York. And they were pocket levers, is what we call it. We call them pocket levers. I don't know what anyone else calls them. But they're people that leave stuff in their pockets. And every pair of pants had like $5, either in change or dollars or 5s or 20s. And it ended up coming out to like $280 or somewhere in there. I don't really remember because I couldn't go back and look. So it was 200. It was a high 200, so it could have been 270, 280, 290. It was somewhere in there. I remember I was bummed because we didn't get to 300 exactly. I was a little bummed, but I was still happy because we only paid like 200 for the locker. But to start this list off, it's going to be one we actually didn't even make a big deal about the 100 because we thought it was maybe fake at first because it was an old 100. But we actually spent it, and I don't know if it was real or fake, but the guy used the marker on it. He checked it. It was real. They took it. After that, it's really not my problem. So it was good. And that was in episode 12. So that was number 3 on the list is episode 12 with a $100 fine. And here's a short clip to show you exactly how we found it.
What is that?
Oh. $100.
Is that real?
Looks like it. It's old. Okay, and we're back, and number 2 on the list actually surprised me because I thought this was reversed. Number 2 on the list, well, technically, if we got really technical, we did find trillions and trillions of dollars in there, but I'm going by like US money we found because overall, the money in episode 14 is way more than the money we found in the number 1 locker. But we're going by US dollars on this list, but there was, let's see, 603 American dollars in that locker, but there was thousands and trillions and millions and billions of dollars from other countries, and those money, some of the money actually sold, like the Zimbabwe $100 trillion bills.
We were quadrillionaires in Zimbabwe money.
Yeah, like 20 years ago though, because
yeah,
the bills back in the day in Zimbabwe were only worth, like, it was so inflated it wasn't worth anything. Essentially it was like worth like $10 maybe. But like the, what do you call it, factor? The just like fun factor of it, I guess. People buy them and collect them. And we were selling them because ours were in mint condition. We were selling them for, I think it was like 45, $50 a piece. And we had, I think like 20 of them. So we made that. There was an Iranian money that was worth like 130 American. There was a ton of bills worth like 10 to 15 bucks, and then it was, I mean, there was stacks of bills.
We also brought ones that were still in circulation to the bank.
Yeah, because those weren't selling on eBay, so we ended up bringing those to the bank. And then there was ones worth like anywhere from $1 to $2, but we ended up putting that in a big lot and selling it for a few hundred. I think it was $100, $150. So we ended up making thousands of dollars off of the other country's money as well. So technically we found money, more money, but it wasn't, it was money we actually had to like sell. We couldn't just take that money and go to the store and use it. So I'm not counting that. And there was $603. I know everybody hates me because I put it in the change from that room in the Coinstar. But whatever. It's better for collectors because now it's back in circulation. If there was $1 million penny in there, I know I'm an idiot. But
there were a lot of pennies, though.
Take a look at some of the money finds from this room quick, and I'll be right back. We just got the room. We got it open. And this thing is completely full of change. And it's a mix. These are all $2 bills. $1 bills.
Look at that.
Look at this.
And there are a lot of quarters. Oh yeah.
Let's count this. Let's count these $2 bills.
Okay. Oh, those are. They save them like I do, but we're not saving these. I knew they looked different from the dollar bills though when I was looking at the picture, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
These are 1976 $2 bills.
What?
Yeah, these might actually be going on eBay as a big lot.
Yeah. Let's give them a good look at the $2 bills. 1976, and they're crisp.
Oh, they're like brand new. Oh, look, the laminated dollar. This might be an error dollar bill. We gotta check it. Let's count this first. 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 16, 8, 30, 32, 34. 34. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 45, this is 45, 46, 47, 48, and then this makes 50.
And then we have this cool guy right here. Not really sure.
Might be an error.
Yeah, it's 2006. So we're gonna hang on to that. We can't do it all at once because it's gonna be way too much. So now, what is your estimate for this batch?
I don't know.
I
Let's
say
just say 700 total still. But I think it's gonna go over.
I think this one is gonna be about 380.
It is true.
Wow. So that's all the foreign money that came out. And this stuff just kept going through the cycle. So we're not even gonna bother.
Well,
We got to 240.82. And the processing fee was only 29, which isn't too bad. So total 270. Alright, we're back with round two.
for me to be right, it has to get to like 400 and change.
We have to reach 400 and change for Corey to be correct. And I originally guessed 550 total.
So you're close. You only need, you're definitely gonna get.
We'll see. Yeah, but it's closest without going over. So
Don't get screwed.
we're getting ready. Don't get screwed. Here we go. Alright, we're at like a quarter of the way through right now. We found a really cool coin. We think it's commemorative. It's got George Washington on it. It says 1786 and it says peace and friendship on the back. It's pretty cool. Don't know if it's really worth anything, but you never know. Alright, we're at 212 now.
Decent amount left.
We have a decent amount left. There's a lot of quarters. $113, $14 in quarters, which is so much. Alright.
Stolen.
And that's it. And this is the amount of foreign coins we got compared to the last batch. And a nice screw. And a piece of candy wrapper. Alright, so we're coming close.
Holy.
I said 550 overall.
You win.
So number one on the list, was an amazing, amazing locker altogether. It was a little bit more expensive. It was about $610 if I remember correctly. But the reason we bid, because when we looked in the room, you can see the jar of money. I mean, this was our first viral, I guess not really viral, but our first big video that got more than like 5,000, 10,000 views. It got all the way up to 100,000. I think it's at somewhere like 200,000 or around there. Not 100% sure. But it is episode 5, and we found $782 total. The one jar had a bunch of money. There was $90 in quarters, and then the change was like $402, somewhere in there. And Alyssa actually guessed like within like $10 range I think, of it. That was pretty insane. But I didn't even remember there being that much money in there, because we only paid $610. So just off the money we made $172 profit before we sold one thing. And there was a bunch of like comic books, collectibles. But here are the clips of it quick. We bought it because there was a little jar of money. And we're going to see how much is in there. I'm guessing there's like 200. How about you?
I think there's probably about 245.
Pick it up.
Oh, there's $100 bill. Oh my goodness.
Whoa. This is officially the most cash I've ever found in a locker. Just right off the bat, we have 100. And 20, 40. 60, 80, 100. That's 2. 205, 206, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. $212. And then there was another thing I saw right here, which wasn't in the picture.
All those are quarters. Ooh.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's $90 worth of quarters.
More money.
This is a lot of money.
Oh my goodness.
Smells like a dirty sock.
It's probably been in socks.
Oh. And there's a 5 in there. So let's put the 5s aside. This is what me and my dad actually do. Well, we used to do when we were going to Atlantic City or saving up for the Kentucky Derby. Just pull all the singles and ends up adding up really, really quickly. But this is actually more than we've ever saved. $63.
Nice.
$73 with the 2 5s. Not bad. We are going to change in all this change. I wonder how much. I'm gonna guess there's. What is that? I'm gonna guess there's like $300 in change here. Coming to the end right here. We're at 355 right now, and this is the last of our coins.
Oh, we're about to get 4. Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it?
I think so.
Oh, we hit it! This is literally the most we've ever found in a storage locker. We found $50 in a lamp one time.
Put this in the ground.
Nice.
Alright guys, so that is our top 3 cash finds. The next one we're probably going to do is the most profitable rooms found on the channel. Not the most profitable ever for us, because you know, that we weren't recording at times, because there was a bunch of rooms that were super profitable before this. Like I've mentioned on the channel, there's the $50 room that turned into $20,000. But like I said, it was before we did YouTube and stuff. So we're just going to do the top 5 most profitable rooms on here. And I will do some honorable mentions. So keep an eye out for that. Oh, yeah. For everybody that says all the time, that laminated bill had 5 8s in a row. I know, guys. I ended up keeping it. Oh, wait, that's not the one.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's the one.
5 8s in a row. 4.
No, that's not. That's this one.
Oh, that's
5
this
8s in a row. Yes. Or wait, yeah.
We definitely know.
We know. I still have it. It's my favorite, like, piece from a locker. Like, that's not, like, something we use every day because it's just a display piece. This is my favorite display piece from any locker. Because that video is what really made this channel possible, I guess. Like, constantly making videos because it like brought us a lot more views, a lot more subscribers, so we're able to like upgrade the channel. Because if it wasn't for that video, we would still be using the crappy camera and we would still probably not get the views and stuff we have. So it's really important to me. So many people have asked to buy this in the comments of episode 14. I will not sell this. You would have to pay me like $5,000 for this because it means that much to me. I'm a very big believer like in certain things you should keep because it means a lot, and this means a lot to me. Like I said, it would take $5,000, $10,000, and I know it's not worth close to that. So, you guys get to see how sentimental I am. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.